Howdy everyone, welcome back to the Lunar Geeks Out channel, and today we've got a bit of a surprise reaction new Gojira single, Amazonia. I'm gonna be honest, yesterday was not all that good, so the fact that today's starting off with new Gojira means that it's bound to be pretty good. So, without further ado, let's just hop into the reaction. And 3, and 2, and 1, and go. Good riff starting off. That sort of like whistling sound in the background is really cool. Great drum right there. Well, those background vocals. Like jaw harp, I guess that's really cool right there. Great vocal distortion as well. Great drum break. That was awesome. Yeah, we really haven't done much good stuff for nature, have we? This is a vibe right here. Alright, so, just from the music video, I imagine this has something to do with the destruction of like the Amazonian rainforest and the cultures there and everything. So I'm going to look up the lyrics, see if I have anything with those, and then we'll talk about the music. Alright, so the only bit of it, well, there are 3 bits of it that I have some stuff to say on. There's, I guess it's, of course, there's fire in the sky, you're in the Amazon, the greatest miracle is burning to the ground. I admit, I thought that was the greatest fear of all, so it's like, hey, a call back to the last single. Nope, just me not being able to hear. But, that, I mean, clearly a reference to the, forest fires in the Amazon that were happening 2 years ago, was it? God, I don't know. I don't know what time is doing these days, but that's a pretty clear reference, and I'd say what they're doing is calling the Amazon the greatest miracle, and it's debatable on whether or not that would be the best thing to call it compared to so much of the stuff in nature, but the Amazon is without a doubt beautiful. I mean, there's so much within it, and it just burning to the ground, and there's something we're not really doing much about that, unfortunately. And admittedly, I'm really not able to do much about that. A lot of other people aren't, but for the most part, it seems like people don't care, which is really unfortunate. But then, it's got this next part: godly Amazonia, bloody Amazonia, mighty Amazonia, killing Amazonia. So godly Amazonia, again, I'd say that ties back to the whole greatest miracle thing, with the Amazon being this almost religious thing of just, there is so much beauty and nature within there that's like, why would you not, in a sense, like, worship this thing and view it as something greater than you? Bloody Amazonia, I say that is a reference to, or also a reference, but it's sort of an allusion to, again, just our actions in the Amazon rainforest and slowly killing it. Mighty Amazonia ties back to the god Amazonia. It is this something greater than you. It is strong, it's powerful, and then killing Amazonia ties back to bloody Amazonia. We are destroying it, we are killing it, all that. And then there, I guess it's the bridge, or maybe the third chorus, I'm not entirely sure, but I know the gold mine is unveiled. I'm pretty sure there's mining that goes on in the Amazon. I'm not sure what all is with that. The source of our sorrow, that could actually be from the point of view of the indigenous people who live in the Amazon, that these gold mines are causing them sorrow because new people keep coming in and just causing more destruction and just completely derailing their way of life. And then we've got, embedded in these walls of green is the curse that we follow. These walls of green, clearly the forest. I mean, there's really nothing else I could think that could be. This curse that we follow, I honestly don't know what to say about that. But then it goes back to fire in the sky, and the name's like, it's miracles burning to the ground, so, and then that repeat, and then the, my Amazon thing repeats again, and that's all towards the end of the track. I really don't have anything on the beginning of it, but I would say that this is almost certainly about the Amazon rainforest, our destruction of it, the, sorrows we've put upon the people who live there, and our destruction of them. I mean, they did a pretty dang good track as well, so this is very good. I much prefer this to the previous Gojira single I reacted to, though both are very good. So on to analysis of the music itself. One thing we'll say is that the chorus of it reminded me of something, and I couldn't place it, and then I figured it out. It's, I believe, Genocide by Sodom. Yeah, it's something that, the while feeding Satan's flames, which I cannot do very well, but that's a very good song about the Vietnam War, so if you want to check it out, I would highly recommend it. I mean, that's really the only thing in there that made me think of anything else. A lot of times I'm like, oh, I sort of reminded of this by this thing, I'm sort of reminded of this by this thing, all that. There really wasn't anything aside from that in this song. I mean, it was without a doubt a Gojira song, but didn't even feel like any other Gojira songs. Like, Born for One Thing, I mean, you could have thrown that on maybe Way of All Flesh, no one would have noticed. It just fits in there. This one, from what I've heard, I have not listened to Gojira's entire discography. I've listened to all of Way of All Flesh, few tracks off of whatever One Gift of Guilt is off of, and some stuff off of From Mars to Sirius, and I think that's all I've heard, aside from the new stuff. And this one doesn't feel like any of that. It feels like its own unique thing, and, I don't know if they're, pushing into new boundaries with stuff, or they have other stuff that sounds like this, I just haven't heard it. But that's when I think someone pointed this out in the comments. It felt like it was just engineered to be a good Gojira song that everyone would like. This feels like them making a good song that they wanted to make, much more so to me, at least. And so that is partially why this one is so much better, in my opinion. But in the comments, a lot of people talking about the boing boing riff. I definitely know what they're talking about there, and that is fantastic. There were, the jaw harp, and there's, these, sort of whistling kind of things, and some background vocals and stuff that were really good, and I imagine that was bringing in stuff from the native Amazonians, and, which, if that's the case, I think that is very good, too. Not so much in theme, but in the way this is made, bring them into this is a really good thing to do with something like this. There were the vocal distortions I mentioned, those were phenomenal. Vocal distortions are something that could either be really good, or and these were really, really good. The drumming, there was that one drum break that was really good. There's nothing else with that stood out to me, except, there were a lot of cymbals in there that I heard that I just thought were really nice. I didn't point them out in the video, because there's never anything with it. It's whew, but it was the whole time I was yeah, I really like that. And so that is worth pointing out here, that the cymbals were very good. The one sort of drum solo, drum break was very good. So I didn't really notice bass in it. Guitar, the boing boing riff that people were talking about was very good, and everything else was very good. There's one bit that I noticed that I almost pointed out, but I thought it was going to happen again. I was going to point it out then, but I never noticed it again. It was maybe a slide, maybe something else, but it did go up, and real quick, I thought that was very good. Nothing else is coming to mind, so yeah, that's going to have to do it for the video. Thanks a ton for watching. In the description there'll be the music video, so you can go watch that and support the artist. There will be, I'm actually going to have a link tree of all my stuff. I'll, with this video, shout out the Discord server in there, which is very good, and my Instagram account for this channel, which is also very good. If you like the video, like it, subscribe if you want to see more, comment down below for your own thoughts on the track, anything else you want me to react to, just any feedback in general, stuff like that. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.